chess for 3 players. I don't think that's legal. You did like 1/8 of what I do in a given stream. I mean, streams have been short these days. So that's one way of not getting that much done. Okay, so I added... Wait. I thought I just checked this in. I just checked in a thing that has more error checking. Maybe I updated before the check-in, or maybe I didn't actually. Let's check for an update. Okay, so it's complaining this has no valid unlock ID, right? Well, that's true. So the problem is, right now, this whole layer of the map is under construction, deeply under construction. But maybe I should filter them out. I don't know. Okay, that's a legit problem. Right there. We got 2 dudes right smack on top of each other. That's no fun. Okay. So a lot of these overlap with are... that's a different issue that we're not running mounting. So we load the level to do this sanity check. And then there's like a mounting step that usually happens in simulate, right? But we're not like running simulate. Let me see. Yeah, this is literally... See, we're calling post undo reevaluate twice. That's something we can look at. It's just that's scary. Maybe I don't really want to change that yet because I want to ship an update to people tonight that's like definitely playable. Okay. Going out and doing work in the real world is very nice. Yeah, it's how I do things. I will say, a lot of the time I probably would have gotten more done if I just stayed in this room here working on this computer. Just because, like, look, it's a desktop machine. It's faster. It's got a bigger screen. It's easier to type on. Like, those things kind of matter. But I just want to be out in the world. It's just how I feel usually. Sometimes no, but usually yes. And, you know, we're playing the long game here somehow. So I don't really want to do all these things. We're going to factor this. And we're just going to call that. And this is in developer commands. Are we? Is it this one? No. It's this one, I think. So here's what we're going to do. Wait, what? Wait. This is not what I thought the problem was. We're also gonna do this. Okay, so see, this just checks the current entity manager. It doesn't load. So I was confused because the other command loads a separate copy of the overworld. Wait, it says loading level overworld. What did I run? I ran sanity level entries. Oh, no. That was just from this command. Okay. Oh, wait, is the overlap? I don't know what's the deal with the overlap error, dude. Okay, let's just see. So these are new ones. Unreadable. These are new ones that I want to fix for sure. These ones are probably all in the underground, and we could just look at the underground a little bit and try to make some progress on there like we did a week or two ago. We made a little bit of progress on there. Let's just see. See, in the witness console, we would tag stuff with an ID and you could just click on it. You could click on the line to select that thing and it was cool. And I have not... Oh, no, this is a real problem. Wait, what? Oh, because it was that. Oh, yeah. No, I know what happened. So basically, these, for reasons, let's just say there were reasons for this, and I regret it. All right, so we're going to run the command again. Those are gone. 60... 2, 3, whoops. Yeah, that's downstairs. We don't care. This is going to be downstairs also. Because these IDs are close, so I was working on those areas. And this is probably also downstairs, but let's check it. Yep. Okay. So let's look at this. Let's be all big like Kanye the Giant. So here's the category of errors. I don't want to spoiler too much what this means, but it's some work that I've been doing lately, and it's about how you win the game and stuff, right? So let's filter these. So the ones that are upstairs are a little bit lower priority, but the ones that don't have upstairs, we're trying to make real good right now. Okay. So these three are real bad, and then we'll look at these. All right. Okay, indeed. There's swap and spin. And all you want to do is put that. Done. Moving 3 mirrors. Let's double check that. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, sir. Whoops. Boom, done. No orange arrows allowed. Now, whoops. Rover water purple sequel v3. Sometimes this is just what video games is you just do a bunch of this. I should also check that we flow out after all these are done. Okay. So now I just got to do all these for the upstairs. Like, having this kind of command, by the way, is just incredibly valuable. Like, we have a number of these. Everyone's like, are you doing TDD or whatever? No, like, what you really want is things that help you make your system correct. And just anything you can scan for and automate, especially because, look, I can fix all these problems now, but then we'll do some content changes and a few problems will reappear, and they're hard to spot. I actually yesterday those 3 that I fixed on the main area, yesterday I tried to find and fix all of them manually, and I fixed a bunch, but I missed 3 apparently, right? Which is why it's just very good to have this kind of thing. Yeah, the menuing in Expedition 33 is bizarrely bad for a game that, like, where the 3D parts of it look so good and have so much work in. Like, it's crazy, dude. Okay. So I want to visually confirm all of these. I could just go do the fixes in the files without looking at them in the world, but we're visually confirming. Yep. Let's try to sort them by file a little bit, which will reduce how much jumping around we got to do. All right. So we've got 3 in skipping in 3D. Depositor Bard. Yep. Okay. And then Spin Doctors V3. Yep. And removal V2. Yep. I know all about that level. All right. Done. Out of range V4. Heroes in 3D. Out of range V4. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that room's a little weird, but it's all right. Druid 3D beam. Yep. Fall off goblins. Speaking of goblins, we got to see how All Out Goblin War came out. Okay. So here we're also flowing out to the next level, which I think I don't know. Do we want that? I mean, let's say no for now. Okay. High horse. Okay. Yep. All right. Oh, yep. For sure. Hat maker. And yep, okay. Cool. Now we shall run this again. Okay, is this still the right command? Yeah, right. this is the other one. No level entry for careful torque, right? Yes. We will take that out of the level set. Boom. All right. So sometimes that's making video games. Boop. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, there's some edits from other things that I forgot. Edits from other things that I forgot. Sure takes a long time to scan the files. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're doing everything else, though. Boom. Okay. Do I do this? Sure, we'll do that. Developer commands. So here we're checking the flow. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to go here. Level name set. Sure hope that's not going to crash me. I sure hope so. How's my week been? It has gone by relatively quickly. Ah, we got our... oh, we didn't recompile with the unlock from left. All right. We're mostly running clean except for this downstairs stuff. And this, which is also downstairs. All right. We're just going to change this. Instead of unlocked from left, we set the ID. Boom. Let's deprecate this. And somebody might be using this still. Yes. All right. Oh, well. Right. Because, of course, this. Is that the only one? That's just a debugging display that we no longer need. Oh, this one might be real. Yeah. Delete. Boom. All right. Another one. Deprecate unlocked from left. Also, we added some more. We didn't check in that, right? Post a new. Oops. Thanks for telling me about that one, chat. Boom. We are wrangling the content. Wrangling the content. Okay. I kind of feel of these, this is the important one. Let me show you what that's about. Let's go to level audio test. So, as you may know, in this game, you can change the course of mighty rivers. And when you do this, we just have these little particle systems. And, you know, the graphics need to improve and whatever, but that's how it is, right? Whoops. If I go here and reset, the little particles don't go away. And so the question is it just the particles, or is the flow updater entity still there? I guess the flow updater entity is not there. Which maybe makes this harder to deal with. Or maybe not. Let me see. So my question is, why does the flow updater get killed? And the answer is maybe it just samples. I don't know. Let's just, you know, some days you just want to find out, right? We're just discovering information. So there's this soft killed. There's probably a hard kill. Maybe it's here. So we're going to break in these two places. All right. I'm going to turn way down the speed. Okay. So maybe here. Oh, wait. Maybe here. And maybe at the bottom of the file. None of the above. Well, that's annoying. I mean, not really. We're still trying to figure out the information. Okay, wait. If I do this... If I Control-Alt-Shift G here. Oh, yeah. So here... Ugh. Well, we got some new code crashing the thing. This thing doesn't fucking handle. So this thing has no mesh. I think it's just supposed to be that. Yeah, it's not supposed to be e.mesh. Because if the entity has no mesh, we substitute in a mesh later. Yeah, around here we all vibe code and we tell chat Claude to only give us Java code. That is the only legal things. All right, can I select? Hey, I can select now. So yeah, these are the flow updaters. And so maybe what I'll do, I'm just going to put a breakpoint when flow updaters get destroyed. If it's a flow updater, then that. All right. All right. So we don't want this yet, though. That's kind of expected, but now boom. Okay. Oh, destroy turbulences and flow updaters. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Nobody destroys the particle source. This is like the #1 problem. So, you know, some programmers did some stuff last year as well related to this. So anytime you're doing visual effects and whatever in a game, you kind of have a choice. Is like, do I program a new effect at low level from first principles or whatever, or do I like instantiate some entities that do what I do, right? And for particles, you often like, hey, we've got a particle source entity. Let's just instantiate one and attach it to the thing. And the thing is, you get this kind of problem when you do that. It's like the number one problem in video games. Well, the number one problem in video games is actually that they suck and are not fun. But this is the number two problem in video games. So like, what do we usually do for that? Particle group ID. Particle group ID. All right. So do we... So we have stop particles. And I guess we're just calling this manually. Oh, we do it. Yeah, okay. All right, it's fine. So where was this function? Destroy turbulence in spawner. This is just like, you know, we had this way that we were doing things, and it's a little bit manually, and it's kind of sad, but that's the way it is. What about Arc Raiders? Well, I haven't played Arc Raiders yet. It does look fun. I'll give it that. Hey, look, it worked. Ta-da! Bug fixed. This is like late in the evening on the workday. Guys, I swear, I was paying some people previously where like, if they would do one bad fix for one bug like this in a whole day, that was the most you could expect. And I'm so tired of it, dude. Be good. Be good at your thing. All right, so there we go. Where did we put the no check in? All right. Here we go. Fix flow updaters. Not, you know, it's a really fun game, chess. What do you think about chess? It's because I wasn't paying them $300K a year. Well, I'm not going to, I mean, that's true, but like 180, 200K a year in a case or two that I'm thinking of. Chess is pretty good. Yeah, what I love about chess is the intrigue and streamer drama. That's really why chess is such a classic game. Let's do this one. So you guys may have seen when I was on stream previously, we were doing this little display, and I'll show you where that's at now. It is done enough to be playable. And yes. Am I a fan of Kanye West's new songs? Listen, I certainly have not heard the new songs, but like, I have never liked Kanye West or any of those rappers at all. Literally fucking ever. I don't understand why people ever took them seriously. The one rapper you're allowed to like is Curtis Blow. All right. So this is what this looks like. It's still, you know, minimal, but the only rapper you're allowed to like is MC Hawking. All right? MC Hawking is good. Everyone else is trash. You consider Bo Burnham a rapper? I've seen a couple of his songs, and it just makes, like, they're so weird and not funny and gross that, like, and racist and weird. Like, I don't even know what to say about Bo Burnham. Okay, anyway. So the problem with this fine display is that when we letterbox, it's off the image. So we actually want to scooch it over, and just so that I know what is the convention. What about Weird Al? Weird Al has done some rap. I don't consider him a rapper, but White and Nerdy is quite a good song. So, you know. I was at an event earlier this year, or maybe last year, I don't remember when, recently. And someone was talking about, it was like a meeting where we were in a meeting room, and someone was talking about how funny Bo Burnham's song White Woman's Instagram was. And they put it on, and it was so fucking, like, cringe, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Because it's, like, so racist and weird, and, like, he's so weird and, like, looks like he hates women and stuff. Like, I don't even know. It was like, it was so bad. I couldn't, like, my disgust reflex welled up in response to this song is all I can tell you about it. So, Lonely Island is the best rapper of all time. I mean, that's probably true. You're allowed to like Lonely Island. Have I looked at Instagram? Yeah. I mean, if the song was Instagram, it would have been fine. But that's not what the song was. WTF is Lonely Island? Did somebody literally just type WTF is Lonely Island? What? 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 You're 34. Okay. I don't... Yeah, there's no way you don't know the Lonely Island. That's impossible. It is completely impossible. It is completely not possible. The subversion is that it supports the human behind the account. No, it doesn't do that. And the reason it's super racist, and what I tried to explain to people at the thing was like, look, I lived in San Francisco for many years. I know lots and lots and lots of women with non-white skin who are hired by Google and Facebook and all these places and are affluent and have Instagrams exactly like he's satirizing. Like, firstly, you just don't want people to enjoy life and have fun. But secondly, why are you making it a race thing? It's not a race thing at all. At all. Like, not at all. In fact, if anything, it's counter race thing because all these companies are so DEI oriented. And also there's just this thing like through the video, it's like he's dressing up in drag and like satirizing these poses and stuff and how people dress, and like it's really not done in good humor. It's like gross, you know? Like, first of all, I don't want to look at him in drag, so that's number one. But secondly, it's like you're just trying to make women look ugly by doing this. It's really weird. Like, everything about it was gross. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe people like this thing with a straight face. It's like he's jealous that women are attractive and he is not, or something. Like, all right, end of ranting about that song. Let's cheat at chess now. So oh yeah, there's one other thing. All right. Tower status display goes inside letterboxing. So we need to figure out what are the letterboxing coordinates for this frame, right? I guess we just do letterbox pixels horizontal. Let's just try it without even looking at the code. We love doing that. All right. Let's see how that goes. Boom. You asked about passing a value to a function bigger than 64-bit. You're working with Pimple a lot and realize you cannot thinking about this stuff. I don't know what you mean by Pimple. Exactly. I mean, does that just mean you have a pointer to something? Or hey, look it, we one-shotted it, guys. We one-shotted it. We one-shotted it. How about other things like what if we have a prompt to activate? Yeah, that goes in the right place. All right, cool. Oh, let's check the area name display, right? Does that go in the right place? No. All right, we got to fix that. Okay, let's fix that. Draw local area captions. Okay, so wait. Wait a minute. I mean, maybe this is a different way of saying the same thing. This times 0.5 just is sketch. All right. Is there much puzzle design left to do? There's a little bit, mostly having to do with the end games, and then, we'll just go touch stuff up and whatever. But right now, the vast majority of the puzzle design is done. Thank God. Also, like, some overworld design, right? Damn it! Why did that? Okay, what are we doing here? We got a display width minus some stuff. Times a half. Why? So whenever we do this, it's like we're avoid May 2026's release date. What is that? The new GTA release date? What's May 2026? I thought May 2026 was going to be International Chess Cheaters Month. Cheating Awareness Month, something like that. You think that's May 2025? Oh, it might be May 2025. Okay, so what are we doing here? Width is the text width, and then the square width is something. I don't know. I don't know what I did here. I don't know why there's a times 0.5. I don't understand that literally at all. Right, so width is the width in pixels of the area name. Okay. And then we'll size down the font if it's too frickin' big. Okay, great. So far, so good. We actually need smaller 3 to be smaller. Because I had a caption for which that was too big today. Okay. Did I want the text centered? No, it's in the upper right corner. That's why I don't get it. So what are we centering? I guess we're centering... See, we're multiplying by 0.5, and then we're adding back these. Which, like, I don't even know. I guess this was obvious to me at the time, but I don't... Let's just see what happens if we do this, right? We don't want to be on this level anymore. It didn't matter at all. Now I'm not surprised. Now I'm not surprised at all. Is this the right function? I've been confused before. I think it is the right function. Oh, we have HUD open here. All right. Enable teleporter, no. Okay, this is not the right function. What the actual F? I remember being confused by this before. Who fucking calls that then? Maybe that's for overhead map, right? No, we don't have enough unlocked. I think that's what it is. Let me grab a couple more and it'll start displaying them. Well, that's still not doing it. Who calls draw local area captions comment this. All right. So this, we actually want to look in this local area here. Okay, so this is, it sure explains a lot when you weren't editing the right code. All right. Okay, boom. So text X is what? Oh, so we're doing literally the same thing here that we're doing in that other code, right? Kind of crazy. Okay, so right margin, corner draw text. Okay. If we wanted, we could factor this into something that already knows the width and avoid calling this twice, right? But rather than do that right now in rat hole, I'm just going to put the note. All right, so back buffer dot width. Camera. What was it called? letterbox pixels horizontal. All right. Hey, look at that. We win. All right. Local area caption and tower status display. Draw in the correct positions when letterboxed. Oh, I know about draw local area caption, guys. Draw local area caption. Whoops. I checked in too many files. Also, we might have a no check-in. Because I've been confused about this like 4 times over the course of development, so we gotta change it. We gotta comment. We gotta put a giant comment at the top of that function about when it kicks in. It kicks in when you're in the local area overhead map, which is different. And that's why I understand why we are centering. And I don't think that needs to, because it's centering, I don't think we need to worry about letterboxing. Because letterboxing is I didn't deselect. Because letterboxing is the same on both sides. Okay. Nope, don't run yet. Oh, actually, you do run. Do run. Do run. Okay. This, wait, we got to go. There we go. See that? Okay, that is actually in the wrong place, though. Weirdly. Oh, because maybe it's partially edited. Hold on. Because remember, because I made it unletterboxed, right? I just got to do this, right? Let's see. Guys, LLMs can't really program. Context window size doesn't matter. They're underpowered for the job. Okay. So that's still a little bit off, but that's because it's putting space for a symbol. It's putting space for like that symbol, which doesn't exist for Crossroads. Now, okay, so this is the thing. When we test the font size, right? See, because we're like, look, it fits in the window, but it doesn't fit in the actual game display. All right. The witness has perfectly accurate water reflections with no ugly artifacts. We're just doing I mean, there's a very old rendering trick, right, where you just render everything upside down because you treat the water as a flat reflection plane. Like, literally every game ever does this. Okay, so there we go, that fits. And then you just maybe apply some distortion based on the local normals. I think a lot of tricks that people do, they're trying to avoid rendering the scene twice, right? And it's like, whatever, dude. Just do it. Just do it. Okay. This has been confusing multiple times. So let's comment clearly. This function draws the caption when in the local area overhead map, aka the Q key. If you are looking for the function that draws the area name when you are walking around in the world, Elden Ring style. I don't know, that's just an example. You want draw local area HUD in there. See? That's how you solve problems. All right. Although actually, that makes me think. All right. So remember, we in the font size calculation we did that, but this one, see, limit. Yeah, see. Is that what I did here? Yeah. All right. So I don't remember the name. The letterbox. Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. Raw dogging Emacs as opposed to what? What would be the more productive thing, I ask of you? All right. So that's fine. Oh God, it's drawing the square in the wrong place. We gotta fix that. I thought that just came from text x. Square width x0, x1. Oh. Okay. So all right. It's a little weird. It's a little weird the way all this code works, but it is what it is. There it is. It's in the right place. It's in the right place. All right, before we forget, there's some stuff on the map I want to delete that no longer serves a purpose, and it is this stuff. This is no longer a thing, and I simply forgot to get rid of it before. We are simplifying and beautifying the map in this location. Okay. Hopefully that's fine. Right, I mean, can I still... I can still do... Oh, well. Oops. Yeah, okay, we're good. All right. So let's take the W on those. And then there's one more thing I want to do, which is that that crossroads thing. This should be easy as well, but it's not centered. Not in this function, but in the other function, right? That we just commented. Remember that? Elden Ring style. And here we have this square width. And here's what we're going to do. Boom. Uh-oh. I literally just modified this. So we're going to hope it works. We're going to check in. Oh wait, it didn't detect that file change. Okay. Okay, so to go back to Crossroads. There, look, it's actually centered. The fog is ugly, but it's centered on there. But then if I go here, it's centered with the little square. So that's all great. See, video games. Video games can be made. It is possible to construct video games. It is, however, very difficult. And a giant butt pain. That might be all that I want to do tonight. Aside from cheating at chess. I definitely want to cheat at chess. But aside from that... You work in games and you still don't believe they can be made. That's how I know you legit work in games. Haven't played a fun video game in ages. I mean, it's not you. Games just aren't fun right now. People forgot how to make games fun. There's some great games in recent years, Elden Ring. Yeah, I mean, there used to be a lot more than one fun game a year is the thing. There used to be like a fun game every 2 weeks. I'm going to grab some water. While I'm doing that, are there any questions or anything? I mean, AAA especially seems to have forgotten how to make games fun, but even indies don't know how to make games fun anymore. It's really weird. Dude, I go to Steam, I try to play all these games. They're not fun at all. Shotgun Cop Man was kind of fun. That came out, and nobody has bought that game, which is sad. People decided games shouldn't be fun. It's real. It is weird. It is very weird. There's something like, and I'm not kidding, there is something really deeply psychological about it that I don't totally understand. It's like, you know if there's some dude and he's totally repressed and you're trying to hang out with him like at a dinner or a party and he just like won't act normal, and he'll be, I mean, maybe I'm talking about half the people in chat, but he'll just like be too wound up and like not able to chill. That's like video games right now. Someone in chat was asking if I was going to play the shotgun game. Maybe. I don't feel like gaming tonight, but next time we game, I have downloaded it. I have purchased and downloaded the shotgun game. Do I think that previously indies wanted to make new and interesting things, but now they just want to remake existing games they like? I don't think that's explanatory, because you could remake existing games and have them be fun, but people don't do that. I think it is deep psychological wounding, A, and then B, everybody's imposters, and there's this thing that students from bad video game schools will do, right? Like they take this education for years, and then you sit them down and you're like, okay, make a video game. And what they will often do is implement the structure of a video game. Like, okay, there's got to be a menu, and the menu starts the game or loads the game, and you've got a character, and you got to die, and you've got lives, and there's cut scenes or whatever, right? All that. And you're like, but like, why would I play this? Like, why is it good? Why is it interesting? They have no fucking idea, right? And I think that's just a lot of people now. Like, their life is that. And I think a lot of these games you see off Steam, they're not quite as bad as what I described, but they're just not. They just don't have life to them. They just don't have creativity to them, like, at all. Creativity is work. Well, but here's the thing. Creativity involves taking risk of some kind. And I don't even mean financial risk. I mean, if you're really going to be like creative, you have to behave in a way that other people are not currently behaving. You have to, because that's what creativity is. It's like, I'm doing something a little bit different and showing it to you. And if you're afraid to step out of line, you can't really be very creative. And we've just spent, I don't know, 15 years, 20 years fucking viciously punishing anybody who steps out of line. Right? So we're sort of training people to be domesticated. And I think that means you can't be that creative. I don't know. Oblivion Remastered is more creative and unique than most games in the past decade, and yet it itself was something that felt simple and drained of risk and creativity in 2006. Yes, exactly. Like, Oblivion was the Elder Scrolls that was like the big expensive one that was kind of robotic, right? And I never thought it was very fun compared to Gothic. I was a much bigger fan of the Gothic games, which had life and creativity in them. But yes, compared to games now, like, how crazy is it that Oblivion Remastered is like more fun and interesting than, you know, just about any RPG, really? I mean, people will say Baldur's Gate 3 is probably better or whatever, but like, okay, one example, right? Like, all these RPGs are so bad. Like, how are they getting spanked by a 20-year-old game? It's crazy. That's how bad things have got. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I didn't play that, so I cannot speak to that one. American Arcadia. I never heard of that. It looks like an indie game. American Arcadia. It does have a notable art style. Cinematic puzzle game. I don't know. Anytime the description of a game is story centric, I kind of tune out. But I mean, it looks good. The art style is good. I don't know about the gameplay, but the art style is good. It looks like it wants to be inside. Kind of, except puzzle inside? I don't know. No, I mean, it's, you know, when a game is art directed well, you notice, right? Here's the thing. Here's a good comparison, guys, right? This is a really good comparison. So you saw the Marathon release just like 2 weeks ago. And it's trying so fucking hard to be edgy and creative. It's like we have a crazy art style and a minimalist, like flat menu art style, and the characters are crazy, super cyberpunk nanotech future, and like it's just not that good. And Arc Raiders comes out and fucking spanks it into next year, right? And like, I mean, I haven't played either game, so I will reserve the ability to change this judgment until I play both games. But like, Marathon is just super boring. It has no life. It has no real creativity in it because all the things, it's like trying to pose creativity, but everything that's trying to look creative about it is very, very safe and, uh, you know, what do you call it? Like the product of fear, I would say, right? Being afraid to do anything that would step too far out of line while trying to be wacky and looking like you're stepping really far out of line, right? Whereas like Arc Raiders is just like having a good time with it somehow, right? Yeah, the third person is the only bummer about Arc Raiders. What do I think about a bank game based on lucid dreaming? I do not know anything about lucid dreaming. Would I ever work on a more PUBG? I would, but it wouldn't look like any Morpega that you're used to because I think all of those have incredibly boring game design. But like a massively multiplayer RPG in a fantasy world, sure. But it wouldn't be EverQuest game mechanics. Right? It wouldn't be everyone stands in line to fight the monster and then you click on the monster and it dies. Like I think that's stupid as fuck. How do I think game developers should market extremely experimental games? I don't know. I don't care about marketing that much. I mean, yes, marketing is important if you want to survive as an indie developer. That is true, but like it's just so easy to talk about and have an opinion about. I don't care to talk about it. It's so much harder to make a good game than it is to market a game. And like if your game is sucky and boring and has no life, I don't care if you market it well. Maybe you shouldn't market it well. Yeah, I remember playing Ultima Online and like I was like, I guess I'll go mine ore because I could make money that way. And so I got a pickaxe and I went in the cave and I was just like, jink, 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 just mining the ore. Click, 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 click. Oh, I'm full. Let me go back to town and sell the ore. Gameplay. You've yet to play an MMO where you can get a crowd of people together without lag. That's not actually that hard. It's just people who make MMOs for some reason have been not uh, not the best teams technically speaking because those teams were always making first person shooters. It's not that hard. I mean, it's hard. Making games is really hard. Don't get me wrong. But relative to other things about making games, it's not that hard. I'm going to put this here. We're going to categorize our to-do list. What do I think about ray tracing? Well, I, I like it's really weird. The thing that Nvidia is marketing as ray tracing is like not that good, so I don't care about it. I think if you just did a legit ray tracing rendering engine, it would look interesting. Um, it might be about time to do that. You would have to render at a lower res probably, but that's fine. Um, but like when people ask about ray tracing, they're asking about the NVIDIA marketing thing, which I don't care about at all. How do you deal with the stress of a new game potentially being a flop? By making sure the game's really good. Like, look, you might as well try really hard to make good things. If you add good things to the world, that's respectable, regardless of whether it's recognized by people. People can be wrong, like oh no, my game's a flop. What if your game is a flop because people don't like it, but they're wrong? They just have bad taste, and that's why they don't like it or whatever, right? That's possible. I'm not dissing gamers or anything. I'm just saying that's an outcome that could happen, right? We just went through years and years of the loud people in society being just like radically wrong about everything. So like yeah, I mean, you look back in history, there are people who are considered great in their field who were not recognized until after they died. That might be if you're doing good work, that might be you. You got to man up. You got to man up and accept life. They got lots of Game Pass money probably because unpacking was popular. Yeah. I mean, good for them for getting some money out of Microsoft, I guess. I'm glad you like The Witness. We worked hard on it. How much longer do I expect the development of this game to take? It should come out next year. I really, really, really hope. And we might be signing some business deals soon that both add time pressure to that, but also give us the ability to accelerate development. So we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe that won't happen. Just don't release it on May 26th. We're going to release it on May 25th. How are the sales of The Witness on smartphones? What I would say is, I mean, we've made money on it, but you know, like it's just never been, you know, like premium game on iOS has just never really been a lucrative thing. Because games there, it was just a race to the bottom so fast, right? Will game be playable on Mac? Probably. Last I checked, Mac was still like 8 or 9% of our sales on Steam. So it's probably worth it. But I think that also varies heavily by game. How would I go about building a rules engine for a virtual card game like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering? I would not build a rules engine. That sounds like a mistake. I would just program the game. Am I signing business deals with chess.com? You know, it's quite possible. It's quite possible. What if I play Magnus Carlsen and I win? Everyone will know that I'm just better than Magnus Carlsen. It'll be great. If Braid never blew up, what would I be doing? I mean, it's very hard to say, but like I didn't expect Braid to be massively popular, and I was ready to make more games. So I probably would still be making video games. I mean, guys, like Braid came out in 2008, all right. I entered the game industry in 1996. I had been working on video games for 12 years before that game came out. So what would I have done? Just more of what I was doing, probably. If I move the pieces totally at random, there is a non-zero chance I will win. That is true. The problem is if you move the pieces totally at random, there is a much higher chance that you make an illegal move and therefore forfeit the game. Do I think I would have ever quit if I didn't have successes? I mean, what do you call success? What do you consider success? If I could give advice to young me, what would it be? Oh my God, there's so many things. There are so many things I would communicate, but the problem is they're all contextual to that time and don't necessarily apply now or very specific to me or that situation. So I'm not sure that I can say anything that's useful to you. Aside from the kind of thing that I say in this stream, right? Like, just program the game and try to keep the code simple. And Bo Burnham is gross, you know, all that kind of stuff. invest in Amazon. So here's the thing. Braid came out in 2008. I had plenty of money to buy Bitcoin and I didn't buy any Bitcoin. So just like, put all the Braid money into Bitcoin would have been the move. Any tips for entering John 8? No, I do not have tips for you there. How to maintain a company through many months without any release. I mean, it's really hard. To be honest, you just should try to come out with games. You shouldn't do what I'm doing right now, which is make a thing that takes 9 freaking years. It's not. It's not. It's a very, very hard road to take, and you can make things much easier on yourself just by making smaller things. Have I ever given my thoughts on balancing passion for a project and desire to push it forward versus spending time with others and maintaining relationships? I mean, I don't exactly get that. Here's the thing. There's about 16 waking hours in a day. Let's say you work way more than most people. Like most people don't even work 4 hours in a day at this point, unless they're manual laborers, right? So let's say you work 10 hours a day. That's massively more than everyone else. Let's say you take 2 hours to do, eating, taking a shower, whatever, cleaning your place. That's 12 hours. That leaves 4 hours left over to like hang out and talk to people. That's like so much time. I don't see a conflict there. If you want to spend time with others and maintain relationships, 4 hours a day seems like a lot. Right? How did I not lose my passion over those 9 years? I'll never understand. It's really interesting. You just get better at it. You get better at, uh, following through. Like I was more burned out toward the end of The Witness than I am now. And this took substantially longer. And why? Why was I more burned out toward the end of The Witness? I don't know. I just wasn't as developed personally. For some jobs, that 10 hours drains you, and at the end, you don't want to do anything else. Well, this was someone asking about a personal project, right? I think. But like, if you feel tired from work and don't want to think about work, isn't hanging out with friends like the opposite of work? like, like what's wrong with that? Next game is 15 years. No. No. No, next game is not 15 years. All right, everybody, I'm going to go to bed. Thanks for hanging out. We got several items off our to-do list. It was great. And it's the weekend, which means I'll probably work some over the weekend. I don't know if I'll stream. We have some stuff on this list like, hey, let's just make the mirrors behave nicer when you're playing the game. So that'll be great. All right, thanks everyone. See you later.